evening to gaming. Welcome to the party.
Evening. Also remember, for a sentient ship, make sure you ask for consent first before you start digging around its unmentionables.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the equivalent of making changes to its inner holes would be like somebody going in and just like tearing out your kidney and replacing it with something else.
I mean, as long as it was a better kidney, that's fine. Hey, while you're asleep, we upgraded your organs. And be like, oh, thanks.
As long as it's not a baked potato.
Yeah.
It just brings up the was it like the menu in Cyberpunk 2077 when you're like, okay, so let's do this to your eyes, let's do this to your arms, and it's like, oh, you want leg? It's like, oh, arm blades, yeah, let's put those in.
Well, speaking of arm blades, I would really love for us to get after it today because I'm just ready for an adventure. So if you are ready to give us a recap of last week's session, y'all, give us a recap roll into chat.
I think I've done it like the last 2 or 3 times. So I'm gonna...
Hey, that's okay. But I see a roll in chat. I see a 4. Going once, going twice. Sold. To Gaming the Glaive. Gaming the Glaive, take it away. Earn yourself a DM inspiration.
Right, so we, well, more accurately, I touched an enchanted jewel that had been dropped by one of the berserker who's on board barbarians that were attacking us after we got out of the buried spire. And poof, we wound up in front of a cave. Looked suspiciously like a bear. So, we went and investigated, hollered for, anybody's attention, trying to find our bearings. And turns out a couple of white wormlings lived there, along with the Bear Clan barbarians, who were the lot that attacked us. And after parleying with the wormlings, Evilise thought it would be, in her limited experience, thought it would be good to be, respectful, be accommodating with the dragons. Yeah, no, they smell weakness a mile off. Show them what for. But eventually we wound our way out of that situation, started heading back towards the others as far as we can figure out. It's slow going because it's just the 5 of us. And we found some weird looking reindeer. Not sort I'm familiar with, but I mean, deer. And, can kind of communicate with them. And, they alerted us to the fact that the Lord High Poobah of all the bear barbarians have been traveling with the party. And, they had us, hunker down and hide. And, they're coming. So, we don't know if we're going to try and, surprise them, hide, and, move on. So we just don't know their influence in the region. So yeah, we're hunker down, trying to decide on what the next play is.
Excellent recap. Please take a point of DM inspiration. Let us... this factspiration question is kind of spicy this week. Kind of spicy. So let us kind of set the scene before we get rolling here. You all are hunkered down in the wood. The Weirdeer, leader of the reindeer tribe, and its reindeer that it protects are flanked around you. The Weird Ear. I'm gonna put them on the ye old map here. Would gesture with its horns for you all to follow, unless you intend to rush out after the barbarians as they march in the V formation across the tundra, heading back towards the cave of the Berserker.
Are there still 7 of them?
The Berserkers?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me roll a D7 plus 1 to see if any have been added. No, I'm just kidding. No, there are still 7.
Then no, we're gonna follow the word here.
Weird Ear will boop Akia on the back with its nose. It feels a little bulbous and a little squishy. And it will turn around and begin to slowly trot, leaving no sound and almost no footprints in the snow as it runs into the wood.
I guess that's my cue. This is a tough one because it's like
one by one, the reindeer all walk up behind you all and begin to boop you with their bulbous, squishy noses and begin to kind of trot off after the weird deer into the wood. They go boop, and then they turn and begin to jot.
Need some time to think.
honestly, I don't. Well, the thing is, I can think of. Oh, I know. Probably the only time, because I was thinking, and there are a few times when I was like, oh, some decisions I'm like, well, I wouldn't have made that decision, but don't want to nitpick anyone in particular. I don't think that's where this question's trying to go. So I did just think of one. The party decided to head back to Bryn Shander as fast as possible to chase after the dragon. And we didn't explore the rest of the coal mine that had been the hideout for the Duergar. And I feel like, and this one's just kind of hard to do in character. I feel like it's just missed stuff. Just there was a lot there, and it just feels like we just went, oh, there's a lot here. Oh well. Yeah. Major FOMO at the coal mine. And I think that's about it for me as far as like party decisions go. I think that's it.
Now, does the issue of if you had not left as soon as you did, the dragon being unabated and unchallenged by the cities of 10 towns, now 2 towns, it could have been 1 town or 0 towns had you remained to look around.
Possibly.
Oh, I from what you said, yeah, I don't give a shit about that. You've earned of expiration. One of the deer will walk up and boop Lotus, signaling it's your turn.
All right. Those will just sort of just sort of like keep her mouth shut at first because she doesn't want to alert the barbarians to where they are. It's like, all right. Let's just start moving forward and starting to think about that. And the thing is that, and I have mentioned this before, being chaotic good, the party's never really done anything outright evil, so it's very hard for her to really have regrets about, much of anything. But if put a pin in something, I would say, at least considering recent developments, would be having not done something about about uh the Snow Auril statue earlier on. But even then, like, there wasn't really a good opportunity for that. Like, looking back on it, it's like, because like even the first time we saw it, it's like it was, even then it was still a very tense situation, and even more so like the second time we would see it. So while that is the regret she has, she does understand why we weren't able to really do anything about it at the time. But hopefully amongst these runes on her body, we'll be able to find something.
Now, as you have earned Faxpiration, does Lotus wish to gesture to any of the other party members, or does a deer signal the next person to take the talking stick?
The deer seem to know what they're doing. I'll let them take the lead on that.
Alicia, you feel a reindeer has come up and snuggled its head underneath one of your arms and is beginning to using its body to nuzzle you, to because it seems to want to hear what you have to say.
Alicia would turn to the little reindeer and give it some pats, and kind of just stroke its fur, as we're following it out back to the forest. This is weird because there's things that Alicia would have done that I myself have kind of gone against. And I only have to pick one, right? Because there's just kind of a list, unfortunately. I would probably say the one that has sticked with them the most is actually the opposite of a Kia. They probably would have wished to have left the fortress earlier in order to save as much as 10 towns as possible. Because looking back on it, time that they spent trying to heal what was left of the wreckage that the Charlotte Dragon caused has kind of weighed a little bit on them. So yeah, I think that's probably the foremost one in their mind.
The deer would continue to cuddle you as you reveal this to it, as it is hard to be a hero. The deer knows this.
Though I, Lex, as a player, was like, we probably should learn a little bit more about this dragon before we run off and do it. But yeah, dichotomy of character and player.
Absolutely. Looking across as the deers continue.
I'll pass the stick to Gaiman.
Oh yes, Gaiman.
You may be muted.
I mean, I don't know if I necessarily regret decisions the parties made, but looking back on things, I mean, it's great being strong and drawing attention when you need be, but sometimes it's advantageous to like blend into the background. And there were certain decisions I made surrounding the Church of Auril. Well, I guess we made that I would have done differently if I had any kind of trust in my ability to, again, blend into the background. But, it is what it is. And we're having to deal with fanatics. Well, again, it is what it is.
The deer booping you, Gaiman, would nod its head, as it has had to deal with fanatics in its own life, as it casts a glance over towards the barbarians, kind of crossing the tundra. Avalos, the final deer, is kind of pulling at your coat with its teeth, signaling that it wants to hear from you.
So, the more I travel with this party, the more decisions I seem to disagree with. But the biggest one will probably not be much of a surprise, because I have heard that I can be somewhat impulsive and impatient. And I hate to be a bandwagoner as well, but it is the same issue that was brought up by two other individuals. Again, the Shardland Dragon into 10 Towns. As you can tell, or knew, that I left early because I thought we were wasting time. I still feel that way, and we could have gotten there even sooner. So that is my biggest issue, which is why I took the risk to go off alone, because I felt it was worth it to save as many as we could. It still bothers me that Dugan's Hole is literally now a hole in the ground that I've had to try to repopulate with my own family and friends. But nothing will replace that loss of life. That's all.
You see that the deer has a wetness to its eyes. It hears the story from you. It's not like to hear about this loss of life, but it knows that being a hero means that loss happens. And the deer will actually lead you all to a clearing in the forest where the snow doesn't fall quite as hard. The wind doesn't bite so cold. And the ground feels not so hard here in this part of the forest. As if you had stepped into a place of sanctuary. The light from the deer's antlers glows brightly, but you could swear that you are standing under the full embrace of the full moon in this spot, even though there's no moon clear in the sky.
Do I feel a stronger connection with Sylvanas in this place?
You feel that the primal magic in this place is incredibly strong, as if you had entered a protected and hallowed place.
I don't think it necessarily needs said, but there is great magic here.
The deer will step out and make deer noises, to which some of you sounds just simply like deer noises. However, to Avalos, you can clearly understand the deer, as it says, "Welcome to our home, our clearing, where we rest, we eat, and we forge forward the new generation of reindeer that will protect this section of the Dale."
And he'll summarize that for everybody.
You may rest here if you need. Regain your strength.
Whoops, I was muted on my other thing. If you can tell them thank you, that'd be appreciated, Avalos.
Of course.
And he'll mention to the great deer, that we're very appreciative and thanks for the hospitality and respite. For respite. I can talk.
Respite, respect.
Yeah.
Can you ask the reindeer if Lord High Poobah Berserker comes by here often with an entourage, whether this is just like a one-off thing?
Of course. And he will do so.
The Berserker King leaves their cave daily to find new kills to fuel their hunger. I feel their connection to Lady Frostkiss drives their hunger higher and higher than any normal human, any normal man should be. Their eyes glow bright as the eyes of undead, but they live. We have heard their breath as they've hunted us, their heart beating as they've chased us.
Yes, that's related.
It sounds much less than undeath, more just sustained immortality. Well,
It sounds like something we could fix if we were to, spare 16 hours. Rest up. Eat something. Set an ambush. Take care of the problem.
The Berserker King wields a magic sword that makes him more powerful. Normally, no human could match us in combat. But my mate, defying them, challenged them in an outright battle, and the king was able to slay her. You see his head drops, his antlers kind of drop down as well as a tear hits the snow.
Perhaps we can lure the dragon wormlings away after we rest, defeat them first, as the barbarians would probably be loath to exit their cave to put them all at risk. It would make it easier in the long run.
I agree with Avlis for different reasons. It is more likely that the barbarians can summon the wormlings, but not the other way around.
All right, hold on a second. This is not the first time this has been brought up. What makes you think they can summon the wormlings?
I've heard that dragons have excellent senses. If you had pet dragons, would you not have some way of calling them, such as a horn? It just seems it's what I would do.
All right, well, we break the fucking horn first. It's just you're assuming it's a symbiotic relationship, not parasitic. I mean, of the two species, what are we honestly thinking? Who's in charge? It's the dragons, right? Why are they going to listen?
I did not get that impression. It seemed as if they were children that were unaware of their own situation.
Well, I am not fully familiar with dragons, but from some of the stories that I've read about them, they may follow orders for a while until they believe they are strong enough to take over. They are not they are very intelligent creatures, and if they see there's a chance for them to essentially become the top of the food chain, they will easily take it. So it may just be them biding their time until they're larger.
After Avalos finishes, he stands up and says, looking at the dragons, it won't be very long until they do grow indeed and become stronger. As in, like, they're probably close to young dragons.
If you wanted to make an exact determinate of time, you could make a nature check on that.
Oh, okay. Do I get advantage because I studied them last time? No? Okay.
I was going to say, I will give you a lower DC to figure that out.
I like that. Okay.
Can I give him guidance because of what I just said? Ooh.
Oh, see, advantage would have been much better.
Unfortunately, I am not trained in nature.
Yeah, that is a booby roll.
You could use a guidance here, and if you wanted to, Factspiration, and I would tell you the deets.
He knows their hit points, so that's a pretty good indicator of strength. 9. I probably need a 6 out of that 8. That's gonna be hard to get.
You feel like you're pretty close to the result.
Oh, how dare you! Okay, I will use my Factspiration then. And anytime I do this, I always roll a 1.
Wow.
But you put that out of the universe.
I have Will Wheaton's curse. It just it happens. Factspiration is always a 1 for me.
I can help out. I'll
a 10 is enough. A 10 is enough. A 10 is enough. So you know that dragon wormlings are classified as such from the ages from when they are first hatched to about age of 5. A young dragon is typically from the age of 6 to, that's the part that it gets a little foggy for you, like how long before they are fully grown, but you believe a young dragon is at age 6. And you believe these dragons said that they were hatched nearly 3 years ago.
There we go. So still a few years away, but they're on their way.
Yeah, I could tell what we were doing was a bit upsetting to you, Avalos. My concern was getting into a fight with the dragons, and then whatever else is in the cave becomes alerted. I didn't want us to get into a fight that we had no idea of what we were going to get into.
I won't hide that I did want to destroy those dragons because of what they represent in the future harm that they could do. But I know we were not in a position at that time to do so. So I did not want to fight then either. But I was worried, obviously, that some of the party's actions were leading to the dragons to think us easy prey, and we would have been.
Fair. And I do agree with you. This is unfortunately more on the side of followers of Lady Frostkiss who are not as... Well, if they've sided with the tribe of the bear, who has been going around and attacking travelers and whatnot, and they have a slaughter space, yeah, those aren't people that I would like to align with at any rate. It was just the circumstances that we were in. I don't think we could have afforded a fight at that time. But if we rest here and come up with a plan, maybe we can deal something with them especially that flame that seems to be keeping them alive.
Did
If-
anyone else get the terrible sensation that there were midwinter children parts in the flames, or was that just me? It was just me. It's probably nothing.
I think it may just be you.
If the king takes his men out, was it daily, then we could just rest here and then ambush them tomorrow.
I would be amenable to that. Gaiman, Lotus, thoughts?
So here, I guess to translate through Avlis, it's like the king and his entourage. Do they tend to follow the same route?
Computer, do that.
The Weird Ear will look up from helping Akia build the shelter. The berserkers are, if anything, predictable in their movements. They are not subtle as they leave the cave, growling and growling like bears, living up to the name of their former tribe.
The barbarians are as predictable and subtle as the weather in the Dale.
Easy to track then. Well, I would say I'm certainly in favor of this idea.
And we didn't get OOC. We didn't get any hint of like resistances or we fought these guys once before, right? So I'm trying to think what they.
Yeah. We got. I feel like we might have got something like that.
Because I'm debating, do I change out my spells?
I think they took damage as normal. I don't think
Okay.
they're getting hit with like anything that was they're vulnerable to.
Yeah, it didn't seem like we tried ice, but I think everything else that we hit them with, it was just regular damage.
The one thing was that their weapons were made of shardlings, so whenever they hit us, they made us do poison saves, which was pretty annoying.
All right, then I will stick with my fire stuff. But yeah, because they took damage from wall of fire. They just walked all through it. Well, it appears to be at an hour where once we have the shelter built, we can rest.
You all can rest here as long as you need.
Since we don't have red, if you guys want, I can cast a healing word. Give us all, or not healing word, a good berry. Oh, wait. No, I can't. I don't have that memorized. Never mind.
I think it's just a B team action, right?
Let me look. Red. Features. Yes, it is. It is just a B team action. So yeah, we can do that. Just, so we don't waste rations or anything.
Yeah. And just
Gotcha.
in case something happens in the middle of the night. We can all have 2 more HP. Unless you're feeding some of the deer too. That's fine.
No. Deer are all healthy, so just us.
They might be hungry.
I will offer it to them as good stewards.
You offer us food. I accept. And by this, we have completed an act of hospitality. You are our guests. I have offered you shelter, you've offered me food. I will offer you more resources in return.
All right, well, everyone gets 1 hit point then.
The shelter that Akia builds, He's going to try not to break anything off any of the trees around here and doesn't want to travel out too far because he's so injured. So it's sort of just like lean-to sort of stuff going on with the branches just sort of splayed in place. So you're all going to have to like huddle around the bottom of this tree or something if y'all want to be blocked from the wind.
I want to do something about those bandits, but it seems like nobody is willing to commit or always come up with plausible excuses of why not to do the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry I gave that impression. I'm all in.
Are you sure? They might summon dragons.
I did not mean it like that. I'm all in.
Well, I'm not about to drag you into a fight. Not when you're looking like that, mate. Eventually, I think the rest of everyone else is opposed to that particular course of action.
I think maybe I just need to face my fear of being eaten.
No, it's not a matter of you needing to face your fear about being ate by a couple of wormlings.
Oh, not by them. By the cultists.
Oh, fuck cultists. Listen, are we going to do anything about it or not? I mean, we need to have a clear plan of action because I'm tired of running around doing, it seems like, half-assed errands.
Okay, we ambush them in the morning.
Well, is everyone else on board with that notion?
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
I just didn't want to attack them as we currently are. But a little bit rest in the morning, we should be in a much better situation.
Oh, wait, lurks. Have you seen the berserkers with like horns, like for blowing and whatnot, for like the sound of alarms?
The weirdo will look up. They carry horns on their belts. They use to blow to signal that it is time for their hunts. It is quite awful for us, for we have very sensitive hearing.
Well, I believe that our plan is laid out. Unless you wish to scout out an ambush location, I will be starting my rest cycle.
I think I may have some ideas on how to deal with their weapons. I'll have to do a little bit of praying to see if I can get a better sense on it.
You magic users, any of you got silence?
No, nothing like that, unfortunately.
Ablis shakes his head.
Alicia, is that something you got access to?
Unfortunately not.
Bollocks.
Though, with that potion I ingested, I do get the use of a major image once per day. Perhaps as part of the ambush, maybe I could set up something as a distraction for them so we could get the jump on them.
So, serious question. Like, major image, like, how good is that? Like, how big an area does it cover?
Let's see. I do remember I looked this up in the when I was still in the library, I wrote it down. He opens up a notebook and says, major image. You create the image of an object, creature, some other visible phenomena that is no larger than a 20-foot cube. The image appears at a spot that you can see within range and lasts for the duration. Seems completely real, including sounds, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted. You can't create sufficient heat or cold or cause damage. Sound loud enough to deal thunder damage or deafen a creature. Or smell that might sicken a creature.
I have an idea of how we might make that work.
What's your thought?
So I could conjure 8 wolves, because I know Orf would love that, to join the battle. Real wolves. And Lotus, your image could be some huge, or even, however big that would be, or gargantuan, like dire wolf from hell, and scare the crap out of them. And then we attack.
Ooh. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to do it. I was like something a little bit more sneaky, dig a pit, cover it up with magic, lure them to attack us, run at us, fall into the pit. We use that to advantage, stab them, attack the ones that aren't in the pit, stuff like that. But Alice's idea is better.
I could also, if the king has a special sword and it's shardlin or some other metal, I could heat it in hopes that he'll drop it.
I don't know. If he's a big bloke, he could probably hold on to that pretty well.
Then it will at least hurt him as he does so.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If they're like me, they don't give two shits. So once they get their anger going, that's just that's it.
All right,
honestly, the simplest idea is best. I like the wolves. We disguise them. Sounds solid.
all right, so I will get rid of locate creature, and I will memorize conjure animals.
The weird deer will look to you all and it will ask, so your plan is to fight?
Yeah.
Rose just gives a nod.
The weird deer will look to you all and say, so, if you were to fight, I will not let you fight alone. Let me fight with you.
Or if you're sure you want to have, 6 or 7 deer, 8 wolves, and all of us.
I don't think all the deer are volunteering. I think it's just that one deer.
Just the leader? Okay.
Well, that's all, what's it called? Dependent on your concentration, right?
Oh, let me see. Is
Yeah.
conjure?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, well, don't let Auril get it. Well, the wolves are just to distract them and make the illusion more credible. So if I lose it after this first or second round, it's really fine, to be honest.
Hey, Gaiman, how important would protection from poison be for you in this fight?
I have that covered.
Okay.
Though, actually, if any of you guys move away from 30 feet from me, it may be better to have that as a fallback.
Why? What happens within 30 feet?
I'm gonna be taking a spell, an aura spell that'll give resistance to poison and stuff.
Okay, cool.
But if the barbarian runs off,
I might try to be airborne on my owl.
and this spell will cover other things than just poison too. So,
Oh.
if you want to use the protection for poison, that works as well.
All right. Well, it sounds like with that shelter built and a rough plan, I think Avlis is going to try to go to sleep.
No, John Mark's present.
I think before I join you, I'll just walk over to the edge of the clearing. It's like, need to calm my nerves a little bit. She'll take a cigarette and start puffing on it.
One of the reindeer has followed you over, and they are looking like they are wanting to smoke a cigarette with you.
Can I bum one off you?
I don't know. It's like it follows me, and I look over at the leader to sort of say like, see what their take is on the situation.
The weirder is busy trying to go over battle strategy with Gaiman. So this is what I can do. I have these magics. So it looks like they are not quite watching at the moment.
Be like, I wouldn't want your leader to be upset with me. If they're okay with it, it's fine. But otherwise, I'd rather not go against them. Do you have a name?
The reindeer looks to you and does Lotus have the ability to speak to animals as well?
She does. No, she does not.
It makes some deer sounds to you.
Okay. How about I name you after a wrestler I like? She just starts thinking. How do you feel about El Phantasmo?
The deer will look to you, Lotus. And this one that walks over, you see that it pulls out the gear on its token. And it begins to change its name to El Phantasmo.
And then she'll flip open her notebook and see if I can get it real quick. But all right. Well, never mind that. All right. So it's like, so she's like, well, it's at least nice to have someone to talk to with my boyfriend not being here.
It nods its head. Looks a little sad, like it kind of knows what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of, I should probably let him know. And Lotus will tap aside the Flavy mask, say, Flavy, send text message to Watto. Start text. Taking shelter with some friendly deer. more barbarians in the area need to take care of them.
And of course, this doesn't allow for two-way conversation.
Right. Well, I just hope everyone's doing all right. All right, and now it's like, and show the deer. It's like, so the warrior I mentioned to you, this is him. She'll open up her notebook and you'll see this guy.
And the deer looks at the picture and it like tries to look at itself, and it's like, yeah, I look like that.
Just give a bit of a chuckle and say like, well, I will say you and the others have done very well to survive in this harsh climate.
It nods. And it looks over to its leader and it almost makes a gesture like, come on, while he's not looking.
Right. But Lewis will finish her cigarette and say like, well, I should rejoin the others here. But you take good care of yourself, and I'll give the deer a few gentle head scratches.
Mm-hmm. You'll see a sign over the deer's head that says, "It will remember this."
Avalos will look over at Lotus and kind of, God, not give a come here motion because that would seem like directive, but he would say loud enough for her to hear, Lotus, may I speak to you a moment?
Right. She was about to walk over towards the shelter and be like, oh, yes, and then she'll walk over towards Avalos.
I apologize for this long-ass speech, everyone.
All right.
In the quiet of our journey, beneath the vast sky and the watchful eyes of this glade, I find a need to speak. A need as raw and as real as the winds that sculpt the ice and snow of the Dale. Lotus, my sister of dragon's lineage, I stand before, well, actually I don't stand at all, I'm sitting, but I sit before you not as a foe, but as a companion seeking understanding in a world far removed from the snow-covered peaks and forests of my youth. In my tribe of Yeti that raised me, the wind does not howl differently at a male or female. The snow does not choose whose footsteps to cover. We are taught the value of each individual, their strengths and wisdom, regardless of their gender. There, in the heart of nature's embrace, equality was not just a concept, but the very ground we walked upon. It pains me then to hear words like pride and toxic masculinity, not that I really even understand it, cast toward my intentions. Those are terms unfamiliar to me, concepts not known in the wilds where survival and harmony speak louder than any societal constructs. In my eyes, every member of our party is a vital thread in the tapestry of our quest, each one strong and capable, deserving of respect and understanding. My words to you were born of concern, not meant to belittle or presume superiority. They were echoes of the howling winds that taught me to be cautious, the rustling leaves that whispered warnings of danger. When I saw you approach those wormlings, my heart tensed as it would watching a fellow Yeti step too close to a hidden crevasse. In my world, showing weakness to a predator is a perilous gamble, one that could endanger not just oneself, but the whole pack. But I see now that our perspectives differ, shaped by the worlds we've grown in. Your approach may hold merit in ways that my upbringing in the wilds might not comprehend. So I seek not to lecture, but to learn, to understand this dance of fire and ice that our diverse paths have woven.
It's very, very eloquent of you, Avalis, and I admit that perhaps in the moment I may have said some rather rash things towards you that may have been uncalled for, and I do apologize for that. But all of us, we all come from different places and different backgrounds, and it is these differences and our own strengths that we have in our own ways that helped us survive this long, and I certainly don't see why it couldn't continue to help us in the future.
Your apology is welcome but not needed. Past actions are as whispers on the wind, forgotten already.
Very well. If you'll accept it then, if I may offer a gesture of friendship common on my world. It's called a fist bump. She holds out her right fist towards you.
It's gonna be like a Baymax moment. he tries to mirror you and just kind of holds it out, probably about a foot away from yours.
Just a little bit closer, and then just like make contact, and boop, very gently like that.
Boop.
And you'll kind of gently touch your fist.
Does it activate some sort of mystical power?
Not as such. It's really more just a gesture of friendship and camaraderie.
Well then, boop. Is the sound necessary, for I feel foolish?
It isn't. It was really just to emphasize the point.
Ah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. My tribe, we normally just share a fresh kill, but this is easier and less messy.
Well, I didn't want to risk sharing it with our dear friend. And she sort of like motions over her shoulder at the at El Phantasmo. But I don't know. Would you be interested? And you see her offer up one of her cigarettes to you.
What is this?
Well, if it, it's another thing. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, it's sort of a etiquette thing that us smokers have. You know, if you'd like to partake, if not, I wouldn't be offended.
He kind of smells it and says, "Ooh, I mean, they're just like, what, are they menthols? Are they cloves? What is Lotus smoke?"
Well, it's like I said, it's like, you know, like an old fashioned cigarette, you know, hand rolled, dried tobacco. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems natural, but there's something to it.
And he like licks his finger and touches the tobacco and, you know, kind of licks it. He goes,
Doesn't taste very good.
She'll chuckle a bit. No, what you do is like this. She'll take a few steps back from you and take out another one. She'll put it to her lips and then snap her fingers, her prestidigitation. You'll see the embers light on the tip, and then she'll take in a deep breath through it, and then turn her head aside and let it out.
Interesting.
he'll try to mirror that. He'll put the cigarette in his mouth and he'll produce flame, and it's a little bigger than necessary in his palm, but then he'll light it, and
And then I just Breathe in.
Breathe in. Hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out.
He does, and then you see his eyes, like a panic look on his face, and he swallows, and then immediately starts like coughing, and then probably vomiting.
Oh, she'll quickly move over to you and just, pat you on the back. It's like, it's all right, it's all right. And she'll take it out of your hands and then just sort of like throw it to the ground, then stomp it out and say like, look, it's all right, it's all right. I appreciate you trying.
I think it might be poison to elves. It might be a dragon thing.
Possibly. Where I'm from, the elves many elves had their own sort of thing they smoked, but that's a whole other thing. But here. But I appreciate you wanting to talk to me like this.
Of course. And you could probably tell there's some more he wants to say, but doesn't dare, because
she does get the feeling, because she's been in that situation with other people before, but she doesn't mention it, and she's more than happy to give you the space and time to bring it up when you're comfortable.
Thank you, Otis. And he will try to cover where the cigarette was with some snow and lean against the rock and go to sleep.
Are you okay over there?
Poison.
It's not. She'll just chuckle and roll her eyes. It's like, no, Alicia, it wasn't poison. It's like, he wanted to try one of my cigarettes. I think it was a bit too much for him.
I've known people who have smoking habits, but I won't say anything about it.
The beer is bad. Or do we need to? Do we feel we don't need to stand a watch because we're in the sacred glade? That it feels.
That's correct. You are in a hollowed sanctuary.
Then, if you're cool with it, I'm going to hit the long rest button.
Yes, you guys can long rest here in this magical glade. You just have to deal with the reindeer, like trying to cuddle you and walking over to you and laying their bulbous, squishy noses on you.
We'll enjoy the pets.
Yeah, welcome here too.
They're acting like big antlered cats. Well, since we're resting, I will go ahead and attune to my amulet of health.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys can gain a long rest.
In the morning, Ewan will ask Lotus how many missiles she can create with magic missile.
Well, I'm able to access, and she's saying this is because, Flavy does the whole heads-up display thing. I'm able to get access to 4th level spell slots, which, let's see here.
Listen, I'm not a magic user. How many projectiles are we talking about? Just keep it simple.
All right. So let's see. 3 at 1st level, so that's 3, 4, 5. All right, if I cast it at max level, I can do 6.
All right. So, hear me out. We're worried about calling for reinforcements. If we want to ambush them, probably the thing to do is I'll take out one of the, horns, and if you can get eyes on all of the others, do you think you could just snap your fingers, throw some projectiles with your magic missile, kill the rest of the horns so they can't call for backup?
know, that might work. Let's see here. But I will say, like above table, that depends on if the DM will let us. The raw wording says that each dart hits a creature of your choice. Does not mention objects.
I would allow you all, in this instance, to use magic missiles to destroy their summoning horns, because that's super dope.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me.
And you can twin it to get enough bolts, right?
The thing is, it's like
can't twin.
twin spell only works on spells that have a default of a single target.
Ah, poop.
But
Yeah.
IKEA also has magic missiles.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, in that case, if we've got multiple casters of magic missile, I think that's that. If we can use that as our opening move, that's just commentary.
Right. So we set out the wolf. We set out the summon the wolves. I use my devil wolf major image as distraction. While they're after that, we set off the magic missiles, destroy the horns, and then we strike. I like it.
Now we're just gonna pick the landscape. We want something that's got creates a bottleneck, I think.
I will ritual cast again this morning, speak with animals, and bring that up to the weird deer and see if he knows of a spot that would allow such an ambush.
In a perfect world, I'm sorry.
There's a plane that you might do this ambush on, where you could hide on an overhang and drop on them from below, attack them as they walk under the plane, as they hunt for my kind.
That sounds ideal. And he'll describe that to Gaiman.
All right. So, wait, are you talking about? You know what? If we've got time, if we think we got time, can you just show me real quick? Like, is it nearby, or is it a ways to get to it?
I know a secret path. Here, it would be faster. And the rear deer will take a knee and lower its antlers. Please, climb on.
All right, mate. I'm pretty heavy.
It says, I'm stronger than I look.
All right, Game will climb on.
As it does so, it begins to make a strong, like, whistling sound, and it begins to run off with Gaiman on its back. And Gaiman, as it's running, it's more like almost jumping several times as opposed to a run. And you really need to hold on, or you think that this bucking weird deer would knock you off.
All right. I hold on for dear life. You mean to roll athletics or anything?
Absolutely not. You're just holding on for dear life. You can see that this creature has a lot of power underneath the hood. And within a few minutes of riding like this, you find yourself in an open plain. And I can take so that you can kind of see where you guys probably can't see the map right now, but we will here in just a second, because I'll put Gaiman and the weird deer here. And I will put down the cameraman. Is this something that would be workable for you?
Oh, definitely. From where we are, can Gaiman kind of like guess it, like the heights for like the bridge down to the ground, and from the ledge where they're at down?
Yes, and absolutely. And I can write that up here. So this space up here is 30 feet. I might need to change the color of this marker. No, so it's 30 feet to get up to where you guys are right now. And the bridge is going to be roughly that high as well, about 30 feet up off the ground. So it's pretty high.
Nah, this is good.
Hey, Gaiman's been using the new Lucille, so I'm going to switch that to the spell refueling ring. So those are my infusions for the day.
Right? And the amulet of health is working as magic. I now have a massive 48 HP.
Nice. What was it before then?
I believe it was 44, but considering how squishy I am, every little bit counts.
Oh man, I actually think it what was your con beforehand?
Yeah, it sounds like
Should be higher than
some of
that.
the math didn't work out right.
Yeah.
Let me double check. Let me on a tune real quick, just to break here.
It should be retroactive. So it,
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
it jumps your con up to 19, which is a +4. So it should be that
Alright.
you've always had a +4 with every level up.
Okay, right, because before it was 12.
Okay, so you have a +1, and then it's jumping up to a +4.
Right.
So realistically, you should have 3 more points per level. So
yeah,
so that
24
should be
HP.
24.
Yeah, you should like have higher than me, and I'm at 59.
I'm sorry. I can always just I can go ahead and manual override that if I need to.
Yeah. That's why I always just take average, because there's things that switch your health back and forth. I don't want to have to like remember what my health would be, etc., etc. Gets too complicated.
All right, there we go. So I fixed it up. So now now it's 72, which is
holy
pretty good.
crap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And because draconic sorcerers get a +1 every level too, right? To their HP.
Yep.
Because they're just so bulky, just so buff. Okay. Okay, so Gaiman, looking at the scene, is there anything else that you wish to investigate or figure out?
Are there any? This is probably not gonna. Are there any rocks, like rocks the size of like a basketball or a football or something like that? Those kind of size rocks, because Gaiman and maybe Akia can be down on the ground, drawing the bulk of the attention, while the other casters are up top. But the concern is that we arrange ourselves, and then the circus start climbing. It might be advantageous to be able to like get rocks over the edge onto.
Kind of breaking up a little bit.
Okay,
That's
sorry,
right.
I might just frosting on the cake of my day. Gaiman was wondering if there were rocks, like the size of a football or a basketball, that could be gathered together as an additional defense, possibly. Like, be able to, kick them off the edge with your foot or something onto berserkers climbing up.
I would say absolutely that you guys could find rocks to kind of find to make up a defense to do battle against these berserkers that you are luring here.
Okay. Many hands make light work. So if the rocks are available in this area, Gaiman would suggest that we head back, gather the group, and then relocate here so we can start setting up shop. Is my audio that... Okay, if my audio gets really bad, let me know so I can try switching to a different device.
Yes, the weird ear will nod and basically motion for you to climb back onto its back so it can start bounding back over.
All right, I will mount up.
All right, it will start running back with Gaiman, and then I will take us back to, as this was happening, those of you back at the Magical Forest Sanctum, what are you all getting up to?
Praying, preparing spells.
There we go.
Lotus
Akia,
enjoying her usual breakfast of cigarette and black coffee.
Akia presents Avalos with a tiny filigree that would wrap around the handle area of their quarterstaff, and it's just made of copper. It has a little tree symbol in one part, and it's just this little filigree. Just goes up a few inches on the quarterstaff from where they hold it.
And how does Avalos react to that? Oh, if you're responding, we can't hear you.
No, he left and came back, so I think he's experiencing some issues too. So maybe it's a Discord thing, not a me thing. I don't know.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yep.
Yeah, here we hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, definitely some issues. I did not catch anything Akia said to me after presented something to me.
It's
I see
Akia,
it.
yeah, just made out of the some of the metal scraps, just some copper filigree for your staff.
Oh, he looks at you very appreciative and starts to wrap his staff with that.
You're welcome. And Kumakyu comes back to life.
Excellent. Well, in the intervening time, then roughly at around 7:30 a.m., still with that almost like moonlight atop of you all, Gaiman and Weird Ear return.
The Weird Ear's picked out an excellent place for an ambush. We need to get over there, get some piles of rocks together. We'll have the high ground, but we'll have to fight to keep it. I don't know how entertaining it's just going to be me on the ground, so some of them may decide to go after you guys up on the ridges.
us on the ground. Or sorry, us on the ridges.
Yeah. So there's
Better we just
points
see
of
it.
elevation.
Let's
let's go.
let's just go.
The weird ear will say, and Avlis can of course probably translate, "My tribe will carry you. We shall bound there with the speed of the reindeer."
Regulators, mount up.
Time to regulate. He will motion to his reindeer tribe to all take knees so that you guys can hop on their backs.
All right.
Let us ride, El Phantasmo.
El Phantasmo looks back and it opens its lips slightly.
She's like, I'm like,
That's
eh.
it.
He wants a ciggy.
She's like, all right. She's like, look, I'm not gonna give you one, but I'm not gonna tell the leader. All right, I'm not gonna enable your bad habits, but I'm not a narc. Right? Look, this is like a real thing in my life. It's like everyone I know who's a smoker has always told me never start because it's so hard to quit. So this is what she's basically doing here. She's like, look, just don't, it's a bad habit. Just don't bother with it. All right.
See, didn't you just try to get Alice to start smoking?
Mm-hmm.
It was more of like a just your friendship thing, and you saw how that. Yes, and that's exactly why I don't want to. You saw how that turned out.
Lotus, you've earned a point of DM inspiration for not giving this deer cigarettes. It's a real problem here in Indiana. All the deer that are going into grocery stores and stealing the cigarettes. So you all can hop onto the backs of these reindeers, and you can begin mushing through the snow towards the clearing. And I will take us back there. And let me put the rest of y'all out onto the scene. During your ride, which took roughly 30 minutes, was there any conversations had on the deer back, or were you all just pretty silent?
Just focusing on the task at hand.
Sure. All right, well, you all have arrived to the ambush point. You can let me know what kind of preparations, what Home Alone-esque traps you all are going to try to set for the Berserker tribe.
All right, you can let me know when you want to summon your wolves. Major image is good for 10 minutes.
Maybe we should open with the destruction of the horns, Lotus. I think that the destruction of the horns are just more important than the distraction.
All right.
While you destroy the horns, I'll just send the wolves in to, just make them look in every different direction except up.
And
right.
on that note, Gaiman will encourage everyone to assist him in gathering of appropriately sized rocks. And if we're going to be a minute, I just need to grab something to drink real quick before we get into it.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can do plans OOC. It's probably faster.
Okay.
Lotus and Akia should probably be on opposite sides, just so we can make sure we can see all the horns.
All right, if you want to go ahead and stay there, I'll go ahead and take up the other side then. There we go.
I just mean I assume they're going to be like walking down here, so I meant like I would be like in the snow over here or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Like if, like, say they're coming in, like in a V coming in through this passageway, or even across this way. If we're both up on that exact ledge, it might be harder to see all the horns. And I don't know.
Atlas doesn't
Yes.
mind. I can take position like here.
Yeah. And if y'all stay up on the ledge, that'll be good for y'all. I can be down there with them.
All right.
Probably.
Because Magic Missile does have good range, does get 120 feet, so I should be all right just on up here.
Or, I mean, this looks like a very nice place to be. Is
Ooh,
this
yeah,
like,
you get,
it looks
get,
like
yeah,
a,
you get,
like
yeah,
an
get more
overhang.
wider view over there. All right.
And I got 60 feet, so I can cast it right in the middle of this. The wolves can all be right, but just bam, right next to them.
Ooh, yeah, very nice, very nice. So I'll move down a little bit. So I'll go ahead and take up here.
And I'll just be like over here and just bury myself in some snow. Something like that. I'll just be ready to, as soon as you get 4 targets, I'll pop up and try and get my 4 targets. 3 or 4 targets.
All right, sounds good. So 4 darts, that'll be 2nd level. All right, that works.
Orf, does it make any noise when I activate the Frost Giant Totem?
Did the totem itself make any noise?
Yeah, like if I'm buried under the snow and I activate it, is that gonna be like a stealth check, or is that quiet enough that I wouldn't need one, or does it like create a lot of motion? I'm just trying to see it in my head, and I have no idea.
So what would happen is the totem would activate, and the magical energies within it would surround you and essentially make a kind of a small force, displacing the snow around you, like creating a small shockwave. Just
Okay, yeah, won't do that then.
I mean, it would be super dope. They'd be like, shit, look what's under that snow over there.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, and Weird Deer got some shit. It's like it's ready to lay down the law on some of these guys. They killed its mate.
Everyone's spread out.
Orpheus, which direction are the berserkers likely to come from? North or south?
That's a question that Weird Deer has for you. How do you plan to draw them in, and where do you want to draw them in from?
We want to catch them in between those up on the elevated positions. So kind of draw them like right where I'm standing.
Yeah, this definitely right here. So I don't. Are you going to try to immediately engage the leader?
Yeah.
All right. Remind me, and I will do protection from poison. It lasts an hour, so should be able to time it pretty easily.
Is it a range thing or a contact thing?
I think it's contact. Yep, touch. But I mean, as soon as we see him, it lasts an hour, so it should be fine.
And I'm sorry, I was trying to follow along. Did you guys explain to the deer and to each other how you're planning to draw them in the direction you want to?
No, we were
I think
consumed by other logistical things. If we can spot them, no gaming could just taunt them.
yeah. I mean,
And if nothing else, I mean, if we can get close enough, he can issue a challenge. If need be, cast command on them.
but as far as luring them in, I think that would be the perfect job for the Weird Ear or for one of Avalis's summons.
It doesn't have to be wolves. They could be deer. I can make any.
Yeah. I mean, that would definitely lure them in. They're probably out here hunting reindeer. So if you had like just 2 or 3 reindeer,
Or if I don't know the challenge of reindeer, but
0.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
okay.
So you can
mean,
make
So you
wolves
can
are-
just get a freebie.
Yeah, wolves are only a quarter, so I get I think 8 of them. But let's see.
Deer would probably be less than that, like an 8.
yeah,
At
and you probably don't
least.
want to summon too many either, just because they don't want to be like, oh, 50 reindeer, we better summon the entire tribe.
Or would it be better to have one like better beast, like a beast of challenge rating 2, and they're like, ooh, let's hunt that.
Like a polar bear.
Yeah, I could do a polar bear.
They might be interested in it. I don't know if they would. I don't know. Does the tribe of the bear hunt bears? Probably. The tribe of the elk definitely hunts elk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me look at beast challenge rating 2. Let's see what we got.
Polar bear's a CR2. I remember from my druid days. No, wait. Brown bear? Yeah, polar bear.
Weird Ear starts to kind of like stomp around, and it does a jump from this ledge all the way to the ground, taking no damage. Because it's just that fucking good at jumping.
All right. Ooh, saber-tooth tiger. Hell yeah.
Is that CR2? CR2's the. You
It says
summon one,
Arctic.
right?
It's local. So
A saber-tooth tiger is CR2.
what was that?
A saber-tooth tiger is CR2.
CR2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there we definitely don't want the 3 of y'all to get spotted up there. Is there a snow that they can hide in or something to not be spotted?
Well, hopefully they're not looking up. Are the deer amenable to be ridden as mounts?
Yeah. The Weird Ear is tired of this infection that has been spreading through the land by the Berserker tribe. So he would tell his brood mares to allow you to ride them.
Okay, then Alicia would like to have one of them as a mount, so I can get around the battlefield a little bit quickly.
Sure.
I'll kind of just position myself a little bit back here for right now.
Alrighty, so I need to just go over here. So reindeer are CR a 4th, so they're not super strong. Mechanically, the reindeer, they can ram. They have hooves. They can charge, but they are really their best ability is that they have a 50-foot speed.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay. Then I will give control of the reindeer over to y'all. So if you guys want to ride a reindeer, you guys should be able to now ride the reindeer.
All right.
Perfect.
I was hearing my name being called. What's that?
Can I make a nature check to see if this particular environment, not Arctic, but I mean this, map, is more likely to have a polar bear or a saber-tooth tiger?
Absolutely. That would be something that a nature check would reveal. I also need to go in here and I need to make this a nighttime. Because it would technically
That's a nat 20. Well,
would be
what?
nighttime. It would definitely be a saber-tooth tiger would be more relevant here. If you guys were closer to the sea of moving ice, then polar bears would be a lot more prevalent.
All right, so I will have a saber-tooth tiger who can also pounce. So I'll probably have them. There's nowhere to hide. Let's see. Yeah, there's really the only place to hide is down south, and that's probably too far south. It's bait, right? So I should have them up here, out in the open, not hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whenever we think they're gonna come, let me know. And I have to be within 60 feet though. Oh, see, this is what happens when plans change.
Well, you can.
Well, if payment's gonna be all the way out there, then it's not even gonna work. So that's fine.
You just need to be within that range to summon it. They don't have to stay in that range, right?
Yeah.
So you can summon it. It can go lure them here through this pass.
Okay. Concentration. Glass. Oh, it's funny. I looked it up, and the spell description tells me all the beasts. I didn't have to look anything up. All right. It lasts an hour. So when I start thinking they're gonna come, I'll cast it. If we have a hint of that.
Excellent. Well, you guys can tell me when you're ready to spring this trap on them and how you're planning to draw them in. I was listening for it. I didn't hear concrete what you're doing to draw them to this place and to the direction you want them to come in.
All right, so they're coming north to south. Is that correct?
Orph is saying that it's up to us and how we draw them into this location.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the idea of them coming from this direction and then coming southeast.
We don't know. I can try and draw them there.
Well, I mean, what's bait? You or the tiger? All right, well then I won't cast a tiger. Let's try to be on the same page.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I thought the plan was one thing and it's developing into another. I just didn't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, with the tiger, that they're kind of autonomous, right? Like they've got their own free will once you summon them, or
I can control them.
You can control them.
You can give them orders. They follow the orders.
I don't know. I feel like a person on reindeer back might be more a bigger pull than a single saber-tooth tiger.
Well, they're just out hunting, so I just figured they'll least suspect something's up if they're just out hunting food.
Yeah, the moment they see you, their hackles are raised. The moment they see
Alright.
a natural animal, they're just hunting.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Then we'll go back to the saber-tooth and have them rope it open in from the direction you suggested.
All right, so Orf, I will move here initially to cast conjure animals, and I'll conjure a saber-toothed tiger here.
All right, so I need to pull out as a person in the Power Rangers would say, saber-toothed tiger for you. Let's see. R.I.P. All right, here is a saber-toothed tiger. It looks like this.
Yeah. He would be about there, and I would tell him to mill about, look like look natural, and like it's hunting. And then when it sees the barbarians, lead them southeast, so that way he has standing orders. And I'll speak with animals so he understands me, even though magically he'd be able to anyway because of the spell.
Absolutely. The saber-toothed tiger would look to you and nod and say, I shall do so. I shall draw them here.
And I will, I know we didn't work this out, but I'll do a little produce flame as a flashing light to everybody else to let them know that we're good to go with the bait.
all right. I'm casting protection from poison on Gaiman and burying myself in the snow here.
Okay. The saber-toothed tiger will go off and try to chase the barbarians in, the Berserker tribe. The Weird Deer would ask you, where should I hide? Oh, should I stand on the front lines next to Gaiman?
I think y'all should probably douse your lights just until they get. We should try and get them as close to the ledge and Lotus as possible, I think. We don't want to engage them too far from where Lotus is right now.
I think the lead reindeer is the only one that has the lights on.
Yeah, I managed to get mine off.
Mine's off.
Do you mean put like a blanket over you? You're with a bit of a bacon, mate.
Hold on. It will close its eyes and begin to hum, and then its deer lights will turn off.
That's a neat trick.
Yes.
I'm going to, since Gaiman is going to be going up with the Barbarian King, you get Death Ward, mate.
Sounds good. And Gaiman will preemptively whisper to Lucille, breathe in giant. So she's ready to rock and roll.
All right. Well, a bounding saber-toothed tiger looking for humans doesn't take it very long. You all are waiting, and you can begin to hear savage cries and calls echoing throughout the dale as voices in a strange language are calling out, chasing the saber-toothed tiger back. The saber-tooth tiger, of course, has a faster land speed than these creatures, so it's able to kind of run and then try to avoid them. So it comes bounding from around the corner, and kind of hot on its tails, you see the berserker. So it gets to about back to here, and you guys can see running after it in V formation, leading the charge, the Berserker King, and they are flanked by these Chardlin Berserkers, who you've done battle with before, and they had the wrong token, so I need to, of course, fix their token real quick. So in V formation, the Chardlin Berserkers are chasing... Oh, that's a white dragon. Chasing after this very dangerous kitty cat.
All right. I think we're all going to try and wait till they're within 120 feet of... until they're all within 120 feet of Lotus before we spring our trap.
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, the magic missiles, they make a sound, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mine sound like bees.
As you see, they are running after the saber-tooth tiger, and you can tell me when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, the tiger's going to continue to try to drag them all the way through the to the overpass.
Yeah, and I'm not going until Lotus goes. Lotus is going to be the signal. Is Lotus attacking?
And they're running, and I assume you guys are kind of hiding as they are running after this tiger.
Yeah, do you need
Yes.
stealth checks?
So when they're about here, they are 85 feet away. Go ahead and give me stealth checks, your team.
All right, I'm gonna just to make sure I get it. I'm gonna spend DM inspiration. Oh, question real quick. Do you want these stealth rolls to be out in the open?
Yes, because you will know right away if you fail.
All right.
And they can't even see like me and Lotus, right? I mean, we're way up high.
Natural 20.
You guys
But
are
it's gonna
30
be
feet up.
snow and stuff like that. So yeah.
So I'm supposed to have disadvantage on stealth checks for my armor, but I'm not actually moving. So can I roll just straight roll?
No, it
Okay.
says it gives you disadvantage. Were you hoping that I would say yes to that?
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry to dash your hopes, you cheater.
I mean, it's night. They're gonna have a hard time seeing us anyway. They probably have disadvantage.
And you also got
vision checks.
Faxpiration to use if you need it.
Unless you used it and rolled a 1.
Yeah, 11's kind of low. I'll use my Faxpiration.
I will
Well,
also use my
didn't
Faxpiration.
you have disadvantage?
Oh, yeah. Disadvantage. So that 4. I mean, that 5.
Well, the good news is they're all within 120 feet of Lotus.
I'm very... I'm creaking a lot.
All right, I got a 16. I have no idea if that's enough.
Okay, so, well,
They smell me.
the passive perception that you guys needed to beat was a 13.
Ooh.
Which was... So, I don't know if it was a servo making a noise at the wrong time, if it was just a shifting because of the nervousness of what's about to happen. But as the tiger runs by Akia's spot, The king holds his hand up and says, "Hold! There's a mound in the snow that looks uncomfortable over there. You leading us to your pups? What are you doing, you tiger bitch?" So they yell that out.
You said they've stopped?
Yeah, they've stopped. The king held up a hand, and they all kind of skidded to a stop.
All right. I'd say since they're in range, most be like, all right, Flavy, lock onto the. It's like Flavy, lock onto their horns.
Locking on 2 horns. Getting signal. Signal acquired.
All right. And I'll just call to the others, light them up! And then Chuck, and I'll go ahead and cast, bring it up here. I'll go ahead and cast Magic Missile at 2nd level, targeting horns.
And once Avalos sees all the missiles, he would probably shoot a fireball at them too before everyone closes.
You're reading my mind.
Okay, so the magic missile goes off, which then signals to them to roll into initiative.
What wasn't Ikea gonna pop off some magic missiles too?
I might have to use. Let's see.
Yes, Aki, are you hopping out of your hiding place to blast the rest of the hunting horn?
Yes. Anybody else's?
You're breaking up.
Yeah, they're breaking up real bad.
Foundry is reloading.
Mine did not.
Yeah, mine's stable.
But yes, plan was as soon as I hear that I was going to do the same thing as her.
Okay, so those are the 2 actions that kind of happen as they become aware of the mound in the ground, that their hunting horns get smashed with the magic missiles. Go ahead and use your magic missile up into the chat. All right, nearly max roll magic missile.
That's
Okay.
a weird 1st level, 2nd level. It did not cast. It used my 2nd level spell slot. It did not do the thing. Oh well.
Wait, did you cast it the 1st level at 2nd level?
I don't. I cast it at 2nd level.
The upcasting formula may be wrong.
So it says 1st level, 2nd level. So do you have a buzzing bees for every level? Okay, you do not. So magic missile, like for Lotus, she has a magic missile with the extra slots filled in, so that way it always gives her the amount of D4s she needs. So I'll just do one of these for you. So now you have a 2nd level magic missile one. There we go. So you can edit that as you would like for your buzz and bees. So that way it gives you 4. Okay, so you guys destroy the 8 containers, the 8 horns that they would use to summon for help. And I need to get some battle rolling here. Okay, so let's look at the initiative here as we begin combat. The Berserker King rolled real bad. However, retroactive Charterland Berserker rolled very well. So they will take over, and they will look over to their boss. He says, "Something's not right," as he points up to the Lotus on the overlook. "They're destroying our hunting horns, preventing us from calling for help. Let's kill them. Get up there." And he will look to the person. And the retroactive Charterland Berserker will start charging this direction, moving 30 feet. They will then use their action to go here for 5 feet. They will start to climb. So that's 10 feet to there. 10 feet to there, and they are now out of action as they are climbing toward Hidden Avalus. They will go ahead and pass to Holistic.
You guys mind if I take a inspiration?
Go for
Go
it.
ahead.
All right, I will steal initiative.
All right, so Holistic will
Inspo.
undo. Alicia is up.
All right. Using the reindeer's 50 foot of speed, I'll get to here. Unfortunately, Lotus, you are kind of out of. Oh, these guys are also kind of out of reach too. Is this like a very steep incline, or kind of a little bit gradual?
It is steep enough that this guy is actually like climbing up it. So the reindeer could jump down off the edge if you're riding the reindeer. They are nimble enough to do so.
Okay. Then I am going to do that. I will. Whoops, riding on top of the reindeer. We'll get down to here, and I'm gonna spend a first level spell slot for Bless onto myself, Akia, and Gaiman. And then using the rest of the creature's movement, we are going to kind of bound over this way. And that is going to be it for now. And I will pass it over to... Probably should let these guys get a little bit closer. I'll pass it to Avalus because he seems to be in a pretty situation.
Yeah. So Saber-tooth Tiger can go on my turn. Can he? He can jump and pounce and whatnot. Let's look at pounce here. A vertical jump is what, half this? I don't remember the rules for vertical jump.
So vertical jump and horizontal jump. Horizontal jump is if you move 10 feet beforehand, you can jump your strength score.
I'm thinking he's gonna, come here and try to jump and get this guy off the wall with his claws or teeth.
High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Yeah, he'd be able to do that because he just did.
So this guy spent. So he's 20 feet up the wall at this point.
Oh, okay.
Does the saber-tooth tiger have a climb speed?
Does not. No. Although he could just use the rest of his speed to movement to get in claw from below. So, because he could go, 15 feet, so he'd be 5 feet away. So, which would be in melee range. So he'll be 15 feet up the wall. and he is going to. They don't get multi-attack, it looks like. So, which is better, bite or claw? It looks like claw's better, so he's going to claw. 14 to hit.
814 will hit the berserker. Ooh, for 15 slashing damage. So as the saber-toothed tiger hits the berserker, this one seems to be made of not as stern stuff, and the saber-toothed tiger rips through its flesh.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I think Atlas is going to fireball unless somebody thinks it's a bad idea.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay. Fireball. Where are you? Too many spells. Sorry, he's a druid. Poopy damage. Like, really bad. That was 8d6, y'all.
Let's see what happens here.
Do you want to delete that template? Because obviously you just got everybody in.
Oof.
That's
Okay.
one. Never mind, one pass.
So one guy passed. The Berserker King, Frekni, failed. All right. So they will take the full damage.
Does he take a bad thing? I forget. Are we doing those? I forget.
No, the people that voted at the beginning of the campaign to not do those.
Oh, okay. Too many games, I forget. Okay, so that was decent for. I mean, that was good since it was bad damage. At least they all failed.
These berserkers that he brought with him were all of the minion variety, so they all took, even with actually one of them is still going to be up.
Oh, you mean I got rid of 5 of them? Not bad.
Well, you put it right on top of basically all of them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right in the middle.
I was
yeah.
thinking something was weird when this one died from 15 points of damage. It's like these guys they don't have as stern of hit points as the last ones we faced, so something's
Yeah.
up.
This guy has one, or excuse me, maybe one hit point left. But the rest of them, unfortunately enough, they just get blown away as they are not able to stand up to the power of your fireball.
Yeah. Bonus. Don't got much I can do as a bonus. I'm not going to wild shape, I don't think, and I'm not going to misty step because there's no need. He's just going to step back to be untargetable at this height. And that's, I hope, yeah. I hope. Because, math, it technically would work, but yeah, who knows. That is it for. Oh, you know what? I bet my dark vision is better than theirs. I bet they can't even see me. I hope. Although the king has glowy eyes, doesn't he? So
yes, they all have glowy eyes.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know that. I've never seen the king, so I'm gonna assume I have better dark vision than they do. So that's it for me. I will pass to. I bet Gaiman's probably itching to go. I'll pass it to Gaiman.
Right, me, the Vizelis will steal.
Yeah.
All right, he just got hit with a fireball. So he is going to enter a Berserker Fury. So while in a Fury, he has advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls and resistance to all damage, save for Psychic. Fragny can't use this feature again until he finishes a long rest. So that's his bonus action. He draws from his belt a shimmering sword that seems to be made of frozen flame that glows in the cold. Well, not even light. It just seems to glow. Okay. Frakney. So there's the tiger. There's the people up on the ledge. So he is simply going to dash or move here with his action because he saw that there was a person up here. Then he is going to, let's see, 5, 10, or 10, 20. Yeah, so he can do this.
Oh, great.
So he is going to charge Avalus as he's going to move basically 30 feet up this ledge, running, and then attack you.
Well, it's double movement, right? Because he's climbing.
Yeah, so 10, 20, 30. You're right in that line.
Oh, this guy has
That's
a lot
60
of speed.
feet of movement.
This guy has a lot of speed.
Oh, yeah, he must be. Okay.
Because he moved, right? He was over here, just moved, and then he's going to charge.
He has a
He's gonna
special
move
ability
here.
for that.
He runs straight up the wall, and then he's going to attempt to attack Avalus with his Skofung. All right, here we go. Let's see if it hits. He misses. Avalus, you're able to dodge out of the way of this blade as it comes close to your head, but misses.
Phew.
All right, and that is it for him this round. You do hear him charge. Paragon actions. Okay, he will go ahead and pass to the other berserker that is still alive. Well, I guess this guy's dead. So this berserker will start running this way. It will target the saber-toothed tiger. It will just fling a javelin at the back.
Oh, yeah. For how much damage?
That should only be. It shouldn't have a -6 on there. So it would be 6 damage.
Okay, I will do 6 damage to it.
Okay, and let's go ahead and pass to y'all. So, Akia, you're up.
All right. Akia stands up from prone. And then 15 feet of movement. Let's see. Guess I'm not that great of a climber or anything. I guess I'm the closest to Avalus. I guess I'll start moving up. Use the action to dash, so...
I'm not in danger. I can phase step out of there, so don't worry. Oh, I'm good. And...
Well, I don't know what's going on up there, so... not metagaming, I would just start climbing the wall after him. Because all the ones are dead down here except for one little guy. So that's my action. That's my movement and action to start climbing. I don't think I'm going to use my bonus action for anything. Let's see, 45, 40, so that's 20 feet of movement up the hill. Okay, so 5 feet. All right, that's my turn, and then I'll pass to Gaiman.
All right, Gaiman, you're up.
Okay, from where I am, I can't see Avalus. But I would have seen the Berserker King run up there. Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet along the plane here. Can I still see? Can I see the Berserker King from down here at the bottom?
I believe so.
Okay. This may or may not work. I'm going to use my action to cast command on him. And I'm going to point Lucille at him, one-handed I'm going to brandish Lucille at him, and I'm going to bellow out at him, "Duel!" And that is my command.
All right, let's see how the Berserker King does here.
And having said all this, I now realize it could be evil cheating, so we'll see how this goes.
He fails, so on his turn, he will have to come in and duel you.
Oh, if you said drop, I could have bamped away with the sword and given it to you.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, so on his next turn, he will get as close to Gaiman as he possibly can and begin to duel.
I'm going to bonus action Rage. And I'm going to pass to the Weird Ear.
All right, as the Weird Ear is going to begin its activation, Reghed, the Zealous, will use a Paragon action. It is going to use an ability called Summon Specters. And let's roll those TD4. As he holds his sword up to the air, and he says, "We're not done yet." And 4 spectral berserkers rise up through the ground to begin to aid their master, as the souls of his berserkers aren't quite done yet.
Did someone say undead?
So these berserkers are virtually identical, but they will have the undead tag. All right, so the Weird Ear will go. The Weird Ear will yell out in Deer. "This feels like he is able to cheat."
Let me handle them.
Weird Ear looks around, and he will target Lotus. And he says, "May the shield of nature protect you."
Ooh, nice.
And Weird Ear will cast Shield of Faith upon you.
All right. Reduce my AC to 18.
Weird Ear will nod, and Weird Ear has a speed of 50. And it kind of bounds up to here. It's got kind of a shot on Frekney, and it begins to charge an energy blast. So it targets him and shoots out an energy ball at him. But misses as it flies over his head. All right, they will pass to the Lotus.
All right. See something here. All right. I'm in a good spot where I am here out of the fray. So I'm gonna go ahead, spend 3rd level spell slot. Go ahead and conjure up, and I'll go ahead and chuck Fireball this time. Let's see here. Looks like I'll be able to get 4 of them. So I'll just go ahead and, yep, so it's like Lotus will here and then chuck that down there.
All right, this is a important save. All right, this one is caught, so this one is destroyed. These 3, if they don't make this save, they're toasties. Okay, so 2 of them are now toasty. And one of them takes 12 damage.
Alright, I'll go ahead and stay where I am, and I guess that would give the remaining one the opportunity to steal.
Alrighty, so that is Unlawful. Unlawful is going to start charging towards Gaiman's back. All right, they will be reckless. And these creatures aren't as well adapted as the other ones you fought, so they only get to make 1 attack. So this is 1 attack at advantage against Gaiman. And it's a miss.
Yep.
All right, the final one is the correct Chardalyn Berserker. Is going to start rushing towards Alicia. As it's running towards her, it's going to fling a Chardalyn Javelin.
That pings off of their shield. AC 20.
Okay, no damage then, so they will refresh the round. They will go ahead and pass to the king.
Or if I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The correct berserker, do they like run perfectly? Like just like perfect running form because they're correct?
Let's see. I would say that they run like if you ever played the Matrix video game, they run exactly like the guys from the Matrix video game, with 2 robotic of form.
Okay. Thank you. This helps my immersion.
Freytni the Zealous looks at you, Avalis, and says, "It's time for me to crush you on my shield." And he will attempt you with a shield bash.
I thought he had to fight Gaiman, right?
Oh, that's right. Well, then he has to jump over this way. Let's see. He walks over. And he's kind of sliding down. Walks over. That's all of his turn.
Target of
Okay.
opportunity. He's going to attempt to get a claw on him.
That is a miss. So walks over and they spend their turn just walking over to Gaiman. They recover their legendary action at the start of their turn. And let me roll to see if they get their charge back. All right, they'll get their charge back next. All right, so Freytni will go ahead and pass. We'll see what Akia is going to do. Akia, you're up.
All right. Well, seeing that, they're going to slide down behind them, so that Freytni is between Akia and Gaiman, and Akia is going to start attacking.
Okay. All right, that is a hit. When you hit him for the first time, you trigger his ability, and he will use his reaction. But he misses. So you go ahead and you deal that amount of damage.
All right, and I have taunted him with my punches.
You believe you have taunted him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You taunted him. All right. Anything else for Akia?
No. Nope. I'm gonna pass to. I'll pass to Gaiman. See right there.
All right. As Gaiman is going to go, this creature is going to use another Paragon power. Dropping his total down to 3 for the round. They are going to use their multi-attack. They've been challenged to a duel. All right, they are going to split their attacks up. They're going to send a Skofkung towards Akia. Missing. They'll send one at Gaiman. This is at disadvantage. So that's a 12 to hit, and then they'll send a shield bash at Akia.
Why is it a disadvantage?
He taunted.
Thunder
Titan.
Gauntlets.
Ah, gotcha.
18, pretty good roll, but not enough to hit Akia. Okay, and it is Gaiman's turn, from what I remember.
All right. Gaiman is going to. He's gonna sort of swing backhand into the Berserker behind him, and this will be an advantage because they attacked me recklessly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a hit, and you can describe how you destroy this unlawful Berserker spirit.
So almost absent-mindedly, Gaiman sort of winds up to attack Freytni, and he, with the sort of the blunt end of the great axe, he just sort of leans back, knows that he's going to catch the Berserker in the head, and not looking at him, leans back, catches him in the head, splitting his skull, and then he will follow up with another attack on Freytni directly. This is a straight roll. So 25 for 22 and 3.
That hits.
And I'm just going to stand my ground and already raging. So, yeah.
Okay.
I will pass to... I'll pass to Weird Ear.
Excellent. All right. The Freytni the Zealous will go ahead and use another Paragon power. He is going to look at Akia behind him. Akia, you're going to get targeted.
All right.
And he is going to shove you prone. That is a 17, sir. I'm going to need you to beat that.
All right. I will use my reaction to beat it.
All right. Using your reaction. All right. Weird Ear is up. Okay. Weird Ear doesn't like that this is happening here, so he is going to rush towards this Chartland Berserker, kind of jumping off the ledge, and they will do a side shield bash against this creature. So it gains speed. You see that its horns begin to glow purple, and it just runs into this creature, stabbing it through for 17 points of psychic damage. And as it does so, the creature is eviscerated on the creature's horns. It will nod to you, Alicia, like, sup, bro. And it will go ahead and pass to the Lotus.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, 80 feet. That's good. All right. I think you guys are doing good against here. Maybe I can help lock them down some. So, Lotus will take up her pitcher stance. The magical baseball appear in her hand, and I will go ahead and pitch a knuckleball at Nikki here. Better known as Tasha's Mind Whip. Intelligence DC 17.
All right, let's see if they can pull it out here. All right, so they're going to go ahead and use a Paragon defense here, so they are not locked down. So let me go ahead and... So they are going to go ahead and take 18 points of damage, so that they are not locked down by that effect.
All right. Does he still take the damage from the attack?
That's correct.
All
So
right,
he had
cool.
to take both.
All right. Well, that works out. All right. Well, that works out. All right. Here. Then I will go ahead and pass to. I'll stay where I am, and I will pass to Avalis.
Yeah, so you'll see this creature dig deep. Its veins begin to glow blue, and it flexes its neck to avoid its brain being scrambled. Okay, Avalis is up next. This creature will go ahead and Paragon Power, leaving it with one left for the round. And it will go ahead and once again... Or actually, do you know what it is going to do? It sees its quarry over here. Or actually, let's see here. He will go ahead and just use a dodge action as he begins to kind of move and twist around. All right, Avalis, you're up.
That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, I will. Let's see. Let me see if I have anything that's a saving throw. Nope, that's a ranged attack. That's a ranged attack. That's a ranged attack. I don't have anything. Let's see. No one down there is hurt, so Wither and Bloom wouldn't help. I'm going to no, that's concentration. Damn. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the Sabertooth go first. It's gonna run away and pounce on this guy. If it hits with the claw, I believe it gets to if it hits. So let's see if it hits. That's a no. Okay. Well, I don't feel too bad about doing this then. So I will drop concentration and the Sabertooth Tiger goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast Heat Metal on the guy's shield. So he'll first take the 10 damage, because that's just automatic. And then he has to make a con save.
To hold on to it,
or drop it, yeah. But at least he does take the 10 damage.
Right, and he can't just drop his shield, unfortunately enough. It takes an action to drop a shield.
Oh, okay. So he'll have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks then.
All right. Anything else for Avalis?
I think he thinks he's pretty comfortable right there. He'll move a little closer to everybody else just to be closer. Maybe. Hopefully that moved.
You moved on my screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, there we go. Finally. Sorry, I guess I have some lag. All right, that's it for me. Pass to Alicia.
All right, Frakney will go ahead and use his final Paragon power available to him until his next activation. His shield is glowing red and burning hot, so he will use his Paragon power to toss his shield away from him, dropping his AC by 2.
That should help you guys a little.
All right, Alicia, you're up.
All right. Using the mount's movement and mount action to dash, that's 100 fucking feet. So I'm gonna get up to at least here. Then Alicia is going to target the Barbarian King with a Toll the Dead.
All right, they are injured. Let's make a Wisdom save. Okay.
Well, I don't feel so bad. It'll shit damage anyway.
They would no longer be dodging as well because they took a new Paragon action.
I will then bonus action do Weapon of Faith, casting Spiritual Weapon. 25 for 11 force damage to whack him.
That does hit. He is whacked.
All right. So Spiritual Weapon's going to be there. And then using the rest of the Weird Deer's drive-by movement, just sprinting away.
Sure.
And that's going to be it for me. He took damage, so he'll be likely stealing into the next round.
That is true. All right, Frakney the Zealous will steal.
Actually, I'll probably put it right here so I can see some.
Alrighty, no longer at disadvantage to attack anyone not named Akia. He's gonna start laying off his sword attacks on y'all, but he is going to feel it here, so he is going to go ahead and be reckless to gain advantage, but to give you guys advantage as well. Oh wait, he's already doing that because of his frenzied rage.
Well,
All right,
yeah,
here
he
we
has
go.
disadvantage on attacks, so it would just be a straight one then, right?
He threw away the shield.
But didn't...
That was his Paragon action to throw away the shield.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Correct. Yeah. Tracking.
So it's sizzling over there in the snow.
Yep.
So he's going to attack Akia. This is going to be at advantage.
Yep.
All right, that is going to be 21 damage for the slashing, 5 damage for the
this guy?
cold.
That wouldn't help anyway.
Akia, I'm going to need a con save after you do your damage calculation to see if you are paralyzed.
All right. For the cold damage, is that I remove 5 from that, right?
Correct.
So that's 1 cold.
Mhm. All right, Akia, I believe you are paralyzed.
Yeah, think so.
All right, he sees that you drop from the blade's effect. He will attack you again.
I will use Warning Flare on that one. But it seems like he
All right,
misses anyway.
He misses. Then he will stick his blade around. He gets to make 3 attacks. He will attack Gaiman. All right, Gaiman, this is an attack towards you, and that is an 18 to hit. And I will need a con save to see if you are paralyzed.
Not sure if he's still having internet problems.
Gaiman, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, it's cutting in and out. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So pass to me. I will
Oh,
try and
and
end this.
so this guy attacked you. It was an 18 to hit for 10 slashing, 6 cold, and we need a con save to see if you get paralyzed.
Okay. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Let me do the con save.
Okay, that's a 14, which is pretty close to the DC.
And I've already used the fact inspiration earlier on the stealth check. So unless Akia's got a reaction he can spare,
I don't think I have my reaction.
okay. In that case, I am paralyzed.
I mean, you could do something about it.
I could. I will succeed at a cost.
There we go. Okay. So you are not paralyzed, but not so bad for getting a blade strike to the belly.
I guess I'll lose. I guess I'll lose a rage then.
Okay, losing a rage. All right, so that is his action to attack. He is okay where he's at, but he is going to 5e shuffle around. And either Gaiman or Kia can steal.
You want it?
Yeah, I'll steal.
All right, go for it.
I think my turn is just shaking off the paralyzed, right? It lasts
yes.
for 1 turn. All right, and then I'll pass to Gaiman.
Right, and Gaiman, as your turn is coming up, this bad boy will Paragon Power using his first of this round. He is going to summon more specters. All right, he is going to summon 6 specters.
Okay. I'm going to recklessly attack him twice.
Okay. That is a hit. That is also a hit. Both of those land cleanly upon the Berserker King.
And then I'm going to pass to unless anybody else in particular wants it, I'm going to pass it to Lotus because she can drop some major magic mojo on this guy.
I can take it.
Okay. I will pass to Alicia.
All right. Whoops, that's wrong. That's another tool. I do. Alicia, Weird Dare is going to use its mount action to disengage. We're just going to start moving a little bit towards this way. And then for action, Alicia is going to turn undead. Saw this coming. Where is this thing? Here we go.
What? Cleric using turn undead?
5 feet this way. Yep. I need. Oh, I had a template. Damn it. There we go. 30 feet. All those that are undead within 30 feet to make wisdom saves.
All right, here we go.
That's probably like right here. That's it.
All right, Balding will make a save. Inadmissible will make a save. Oof. Scraggly. All right, they all fail, all taking maximum radiant damage, and these are minions, so they are deleted from the fight.
All right. Let the undead clear. Bonus action, move spiritual weapon to the other side of the barbarian king and whack. But that's gonna miss. That is it for me. I'll pass it over to Lotus.
Okay, Lotus. You're up.
I do have one of these dudes right in front of me, but I do have the still have my boosted AC and I still have full HP. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to move away, which will I'll just take step here, start, and then dupe the melee attack of opportunity. 16 will miss. 30 to dupe movement there. All right, I'll go ahead and target Nikki. All right, don't want to burn through all my higher level spell slots. So, question real quick, just remind me: do we still have access to B team abilities even though they are not physically here?
That's correct. You still have access to the ability.
All right, bonus action. I will go ahead and activate Raylan to cast Hex on Nikki, and then I will go ahead and for my action.
What ability score are you hexing?
I will go ahead and do here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do strength.
All right, he is hexed.
All right, then spend first level spell slot. All of them will be going at Frankie for magic missile. All right, 7. So that's 11 total force damage, and then and then 1 necrotic. Right, that'll do for me. I will then pass to. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and pass to Weird Ear.
All right, Weird Ear will be up next. Okay, Freaky is going to go ahead. And use a Paragon power here. Let's see. He is going to use his Paragon power to hold Scuffnung up to the air, and he is going to start to charge a large black ball of flame above his head. And that is it. All right, Weird Ear turns around and sees this squirty Chardalyn Berserker over here. It's going to start rushing at him. And it's just going to, once again, use its Psy Shield Bash. And this thing, it's kind of a killer. And kills this Berserker. And Weird Ear will go ahead and pass to Avalis.
Okay. Pretty good. It's gonna be pretty straightforward for Avalis to do a firebolt. 19.
Oh my gosh, that is a hit.
And 19 fire damage if he takes it.
He does take it, but he has been taking half damage from everything because of his
right.
rage.
All right. Well, still pretty. I mean, good for half then. And that is again it for him. He's gonna move a little closer to Lotus for solidarity and safety.
Solidarity forever.
And I guess I'll pass to the last guy hasn't gone.
All right, we will go ahead and have Freaky use a Paragon power against our friend Akia. Akia, that black ball of flame is still charging up in the air. As he's charging that ball, he is going to charge Akia, moving up to 30 feet, and you are paralyzed. So, all right, here we go. This is the added advantage.
Did the paralyzed last for one turn, or was it longer?
Oh, it's for one round. So he won't be paralyzed any longer because it's been one round, but he does roll a 23 to hit you.
Okay.
Which does hit.
All right. Constitution saving throw.
Yep, con save to see if you're paralyzed again, and then not paralyzed, but we need a strength save to see if you get knocked prone. Okay, he does knock you on your butt. All right, and total damage there, kids, 9 slashing, 3 cold, and then 7 additional slashing from the charge attack.
Okey-doke.
Okay, and then the last guy here, he is going to charge to here as he's running towards Lotus. Lotus, this creature is going to make an athletics check. And it's going to attempt to shove you off the edge.
All right. What may I roll to contest this?
This is either athletics or acrobatics.
All right.
Oof.
Let me. I'm going to go ahead and spend my Faxpiration.
There we go.
All right, just barely 15.
There you go. So you are not shoved off the edge here. And that is his turn. All right, going into round 4, they'll go ahead and pass to Avalis. Avalis, you're up.
All right. This is probably a big old waste of this, but Avalis is going to use Tristane's ability to frenzy as a bonus. Oh wait, hold on. I might not do that. I might just shillelagh. Yeah, never mind. They're both bonuses. So yeah, he'll just shillelagh with the flanking. And miss horribly unless a 13 somehow hits.
A 13 is pretty close.
Nope. He'll miss.
Does our flanking give +2 bonus?
Yep. So
So
this
it'd
should
be
be
15. Oh wait, no. Oh, it'd be 13. Sorry, my bad.
no, you're good. You're good.
I am gonna move, just shift around there, so I don't get pushed off the edge. So if he pushes me, I just go, back the other way.
Sure. Unless he grapples you and just takes you off the edge with him.
If he does that, sure.
Okay. Avalis, who do you pass to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Lotus is right there. I'll pass to Lotus.
All right. Do this dude right here next to me. I'm not liking this dude right in front of me here, so I'll go ahead and bust this out since I haven't in a while. Avalis, you see this sort of like purple electricity arcing in Lotus's hands, and she'll just sort of push forward, and I'm going to attempt Shocking Grasp on dude right in front of me.
All right, that is a hit. They take 11 points of lightning damage.
You can run away now if you need to.
Yep, that's the idea. All right. So then I'll go ahead and 10, 20, 30 puts me here. I'll go ahead and save my bonus action here. That'll do for me, which I did damage it, so that would give him a chance to steal.
Okay. Manipulative is up. All right, manipulative. It's got a target in front of him. It will be reckless, giving itself advantage. It'll make one attack at Avalis.
Yeah, 26 definitely hits.
Yeah, so it hits you for 3 points of bludgeoning, and I need a con save to see if you're poisoned.
He's poisoned, and but he keeps up his spell.
Okay, there we go. All right, he will go ahead and pass to the Barbarian King, the Berserker King, Frykni, who will regain his actions. He gets back his charge. All right, he's going to continue to try to fight with Gaiman and with Akia. Gaiman, all right, he is going to make his first Skullfung attack against you. Missing. He will attack Akia with his second swing of his sword.
"23 hits.
23 hits. All right, Akia, give us a con save.
I'll use my reaction to shove him 10 feet and con save.
All right, so we see Akia's servos once again get filled with cold and becomes paralyzed. All right, this guy got shoved 10 feet. All right, it's going to move just back and make its final attack against Akia.
All right. Action, Boring Flare.
All right, it'll have disadvantage, but advantage from Kia being prone. So this will be a flat roll. If it hits, this is a critical hit.
Oh. Try it.
Oof. Kia, it's a weak critical for 20 slashing and 9 points of cold damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay, that is it for Frakney. As it turns to face back towards Gaiman, he will go ahead and pass to Akia. Because he a bastard. All right, Akia, give us a death save. All right, that is one success. Akia, who do you pass to?
I'll pass to Alicia.
Okay, Alicia, you are up.
All right. Bonus action, first level healing word onto Akia. Oof, low, but it's 6 HP.
Mm-hmm.
And then action. This guy's almost dead, honestly. I'm going to, with the years movement, move over to this side.
Mm-hmm.
Target the king and target him with a conviction. 16.
A 16 hits because he had his shield removed from him.
Okay, nice. So then, let's see, it's a half. Yes, it's half. All right. Well, it's not a lot, but okay, you get 4 temp HP.
Okay, thank you.
And that's gonna be it for me. I'll pass it to Gaiman.
Gaiman, what you got for us here?
It's all yours, big guy.
All right. Like the mighty Thor, I'm going to aim for the head. I'm going to shift my how I'm holding Lucille. I'm going to try and go for head removal. Reckless.
That is a hit. And this creature is near death as he wheels back from that slice.
I step forward into his space, doing it again.
And Gaiman, tell us how you finish off Frakney, the Zealous.
I remove the head from his body, severing him at the neck. Given our positioning, it kind of bounces off the wall, and I catch it in my offhand. And I turn to the other zealous barbarians about, and I will hold up their master's head, and I say, "Look at your king! I am now your king! Bow before me!"
And as you make this proclamation, the spirit dissipates. The combat ends. The dead body of Frakney lies decapitated on the ground, but his sword remains shimmering in the winter light. And as you have decapitated the king, that will take us back to the start screen. As you all have defeated the head of this splintered tribe of the bear. That was pretty badass. That was cool. So everyone, You have defeated the Berserker King. He lies defeated on the ground. The blade Skofung lies ready to be claimed by you all in our next session. If we have any questions, comments, concerns, please send those over to me in the Discord. But it looks like we kind of have a path forward for the next session.
Kill the dragons.
Maybe returning back to the cave to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, y'all, I hope you guys have a good weekend. If you guys do the whole Valentine's Day on Wednesday next week, I hope you guys have a good one with that. Yeah. I don't see any drops in service coming up. I'm excited to see how this plays out as this adventure continues to go further and further into Icewind Dale and more into how you guys are going to end this long night.
Thanks for running.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. I hope you guys had a good time. If you guys ever have any feedback for me, just let me know. I'm going to go head to bed because I've got to teach 3 classes tomorrow morning. And I'm teaching
sounds like fun.
yoga. Yes, I'm teaching yoga again for the first time in several years, so I'm excited. I'm going to teach everybody how to do splits. They'll be able to do them after 1 class. That's all it takes. Just 1 class.
If they can do them, then there's me a couple torn crotches.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah, I was about to say you're telling tall tales there.
You are absolutely correct. If someone ever tells you that and they are just not joking, run away because they're about to do to you what Jean-Claude Van Damme had done to him in Bloodsport. They're about to get the ropes out. They're going to tie your feet to the trees. They're going to start cranking.
Hey guys, I can do the splits. Cool. So is that why you're in the wheelchair?
But look at my legs. They're split, aren't they? Nice. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a good one. I'm out.
All right.
Bye.
Catch you later. And thanks everyone for watching. Catch you later.
Hey,